Hi everybody, how are you? Now haven't been doing much. Just living life like everybody else. I did finally get my new glasses, different than what I usually wear. They're called blue and pink. Um, got them yesterday, but I'm still trying to get used to them because I have cataracts in my right eye. And so when I'm looking at stuff, some things seem to be tilting when they're not. And if I move too fast, things, fly by my face. Um, I haven't had my eyes checked since, 2014 or something. So it's been a while. And my eyes are really fighting. Well, I think they kind of are because they kind of hurt. But, you get lenses for your glasses so they'll direct your eye better. And mine are really fighting the direction because these are stronger glasses than I've had before. So, my eyes are wayward and now they have to be taught to get back on track. Uh, I was just outside with the dogs and looking at all the grass growing up by my fence and stuff. And the other day I got out there with the scissors and cut them at the front, but there's some clear in the back here that I still need to do. And I have to be thankful. Yes, I did get a stimulus. That's why I was able to get my glasses. But I don't care if I get any more or not. Um, my three girls and their significant others all have jobs, which we're thankful for. And they've had them since it started. So, and I still get my Social Security check. So basically, things have been a little tough, but they're always tough around here. I mean, it's either you got a lot or you got nothing. But that's just the way it is. Um, that's nothing new to us. So I don't care if they give out any more or not. I do believe that if people are on unemployment, they just need to go back to work. Um, and I'm glad my kids all have jobs because I told them, I said, keep your jobs. When them people come out of the unemployment to go for jobs, there's not going to be that many that's going to be left over that you're going to find. I mean, they need to do it. The time for sitting around is over, and you just need to get back in there. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to stop letting the government take care of us. It's just done. Um, I really personally in this town, people are just doing what they normally do. Yeah, we stay home at night. We go out and do what we have to do. Um, Personally, I haven't seen anybody or know of anybody that got COVID. I kind of think if I had any, well, starting in last year after Thanksgiving up to February, people were getting sick. And I got something where I couldn't hardly breathe. Of course, I thought it was aspiration pneumonia or bronchial pneumonia. But, I was having problems before that. So my sister had something, and you go to the doctors and they say we really don't know what's wrong with you. It's just you got the crud or you got the gunk or whatever. And there have been people that were sick for 2 weeks. Um, I think we all pretty much might have already had a taste of this virus that was going around. Um, and for that fact, that's probably why a lot of us aren't getting sick. Um, I know there's people that's been really sick from it. I know there's people that's died from it. You hear it on TV, but I don't want to listen to nothing more on TV about anything they're doing. Um, this is the norm of life. You stand. Well, people don't even. honor that. I mean, my sister went to the meat market, and this one guy kept coming up right behind her. Every time she'd move, he'd be right there behind her. He had a mask on, but hey, come on. You know, I would have said, "Do you mind getting out of my personal space? This is my personal space. You shouldn't be in it." Um, because I don't like people crowding up on me even before. And food prices are up, which I listen to this one guy, and that's the only one I listen to if anything comes out. His name's Stephen Garber. Um, and he encourages people. He gives you the actual facts if he finds anything out about stimulus or anything like that. But I personally feel as Americans, get up, pull your pants up, let's get going. The time for crying, and it's just done. I don't, if you've continued, if you've got the rebate or you work and you're doing that and you're doing everything you can to step on top of your bills, if you're on one of the lucky ones that got unemployment and you kept up on top of your bills, you're ready to enter, you're ready to go. We don't need no more coddling. That's not what we're all about. Um, we need to just go on. We're stronger than that. Personally, I don't feel, even if I just don't feel like it's as big a deal as they make it out to be. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. If some of you have been hit closer to home by it, I'm so very sorry. Um, my parents, my grandparents went through the Spanish flu. Um, it's just they're, and my parents went through the Great Depression too. Um, my great grandparents on my mother's side died. One died in 41, the other died in 40. So we went through all kinds of problems, but we rise above it. Now's not the time to panic. Now's just time to do what you have to do. Just let's get on with it. Um, it's not going to hurt us. I feel we're stronger than this. We really don't need to put the government in any more debt than what it's already in, because you know who's going to have to pay for that. It's going to be us. You know that. It's going to be us. So I just say, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I want to get on with the rodeo. I just want to get on with the rodeo. I'll ride the big bull, but let's go. You know, and there's other things. Maybe if some of these places weren't so gun ho on opening their campgrounds and stuff like that. There was a little boy, I think it was probably about, well, it was over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's a campground that we used to have our camper in, and he was 5 years old and he fell in the fire, burnt 95% of his body. Now, if that campground would have just kept its um, closed, he wouldn't have been hurt. But if the parents would have been watching him, he might not have been hurt either. Because we've had little kids when we've had campfires, and you just got to tell them, get away. Just get away from there. And if you're up around them, you can police what they're doing. You don't let a kid go up there. Granted, he could have been up there and a bigger kid could have accidentally bumped into him and knocked him in there. But still, parents should have been up there. If you're going to make marshmallows, be up there. That fellow, he was too little to be up there. So, I don't know. When it rains, it pours, doesn't it? But it's nothing that we can't weather. So, no, it's been I don't know, sun shining, warm. Um, yeah, we got the air on, but well, it just goes one thing and another. Heat or the air. One or the other has to be on. My grandson, Weston, he bought himself a truck. Really a nice truck. And he'd saved up the money. And, that's good. And, he's the one that's going to go to the Navy. So, he's not, he wants to go to the Navy, but he don't want to go to the Navy. He wants to go to the Navy, but he's not ready to jump in the frying pan just this second. He just got out of school. Um, we did the home computer online crap. Um, my granddaughter, religiously, she'd get up in the morning, she'd use my laptop, she'd do homework, and then she had all day to mess around. And she did that the entire time they were out for school. Then there's two other boys. They like to stay up all night, sleep all day. And you tell them to do the homework, and they're like, I am. And of course, the only way to get them to do it was I had to sit down with them and get it done. Then my grandson Weston, it was a senior. He he's working, and it was hard to work, get it, and he was, when you're left out of school, their whole routine was tore up, and he just was losing interest in school. And I told him, I said, if you don't get the schoolwork done, you won't graduate and you won't get to go to the Army. But he'll graduate. They're not going to graduate till July, although they had three options. You could have your diploma mailed to you. You could have a private ceremony with just you and your family, and they would be there, and you just walk up and hand you your diploma. Or you can wait till July 5th, and you can have graduation with everybody. Only 6 of your family are allowed to go. And they split the alphabet, which from A to something gets to sit on the home side. And my daughter and her family would have to sit on the visitor's side of the stadium. But I don't know. I think he still wants to do it. I don't know. He was checking on one thing. He said he wanted to be a gunner's mate. And I said, well, you'll have to be shipped out in 3 days then. He's like, well, I don't do that. And then he wanted to be an operator specialist, but it's very stressful. He decided against that. So he's looking at being on a submarine. That's what, when he first went in, he went to West Virginia and took his physical and everything, and you can get papers in. And the only thing they had open was a yeoman on the submarine. Um, and I guess he still wants to do that, but I don't know. He just wants to enjoy a little bit of time working and just enjoy a little bit of time before he goes into it. Because when you go into that, it's 8 weeks of constant. You know, that's the way the military is. You don't get weekends or days off. It's like every day you're doing something. And so he just wants a little time off. All of us that graduated wanted that little time off before we jumped in a job or did this or did that. I guess um, the gyms have opened up. He's happy about that. He wants to go back. Um, that kind of, he was doing that all the time, and then with this outbreak and everything, he couldn't go anymore, so now he can go. And only place I really want to go to is a Chinese restaurant. That's the only thing I want to do. I'll probably be sick of it right away, but that's what I want to do. And I don't know. They're talking. I don't even. I just think, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you won't like it, but I'm tired of the handouts. I'm tired of being coddled. I'm tired of being told what to do. I don't even wear a mask when I go out, and I'm a retired RN. Where like my sister, she's still working as an LPN, and all this stuff you have to wear. I'm telling you what, you wear that mask every day, 8 hours a day, whatever you want to do, or what she has to do. You're rebreathing carbon dioxide from your lungs, and you're going to get sick. You cannot wear masks for any long length of time. Um, a mask is used to go in because someone's sick, um, or in isolation. You go in, you give them their medicine, you do a treatment on them, you change their clothes, you change their bed, you help them wash up, and then you go out and you deposit it. You have surgery, they wear masks, but they don't keep them on after surgery. They go out, they take them off. Um, you're probably going to find one of these days one of those big lawsuits. Did you have to wear a mask in 2019 during COVID? Because you can sue, and that's going to be quite a lot of people, especially healthcare workers. I can't stand a mask. It makes me feel like I'm smothering. So usually I have to have my nose out. I wore a mask maybe 3 times or something. Other than that, I don't. My grandson did give me this one. I'll show you what we got. Family was making them. And my sister gave us this one from where she works at. This is an N95. Um, and then they got one that have the air holes in here. But really, basically, they're safe to wear all the time. You're just rebreathing. That's all you're doing. When we breathe in and out and we use our oxygen to go into our lungs filter. They're a filter, a big filter. And when you exhale, you're bringing up all the poison, cleaning the blood and everything. You're bringing up everything, and it's no different than a car exhaust or anything like that. If you want to wear this for 12 hours, you might as well just sit in your garage and stick a hose from your muffler into your car and just sit there, because that's what you're doing. Um, no, I'm not a big advocate of these. Now, this is one my niece made. It says Ravenclaw on it. I don't like Ravenclaw. This is a heavy thing. See? Yeah. Still things would get in there. It's like I've said before to all of you. The best thing to do is wash your hands. If you're out, sanitize your hands. Come home and wash your hands. We should be doing that every day anyway, not just because of this. Wipe off your surfaces. If you don't have Lysol spray or whatever, get some bleach water and do the same thing. Um, we got a great big bottle now of hand sanitizer. Well, yeah, we really don't need it now. but it's not meant for constant use. We got this at Walmart. It's called Hello Bello. 99% kills 99% of the germs. Well, that's okay. And see, this is just like for every day because it says on the back, kids will touch anything and everything. Sooner or later, those dirty digits will end up in their mouth in likely years. When there's not a sink in sight, use Hello Bello to banish bacteria and germs. See? Only use this if you don't have a sink. When you get home, wash your hands. This is only for in between. But yeah, now you can find these all over the place. This is 32 fluid ounces, 1 liter. You can find these any place. You know, there was a lot of places that could have made this. I mean, um, there were breweries down in Dayton that were making, since they couldn't make beer, they were making hand sanitizer. And, you know, as usual, Americans will find their own way to deal with stuff. Like when people needed water in Anheuser-Busch, they canned and sent through water just like they would beer. Um, you know, we have a lot of opportunities to do things, and we can pull ourselves back together. Um, and I, for one, might be people out there to disagree, but I, for one, feel that Trump did a pretty good job. Um, you know, there's only been 2 presidents that's been hit with situations like that. One's him, and the other is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Both of them were hit with pandemics. And, you know, I guess in both instances, if I was ever in that boat, I'd rather have them be the captains. Um, you know, I don't know of anybody else. I don't know. It's just how I feel. You know, there's some people that um, they've got all the ice cream they want, so they're not worried. Um, and that's someone in Congress. You know, the congressmen, the senators, government workers, even the state workers, they don't have money problems. And I've also said, although I don't know how to get it through, but I tried, but, you know, the government has commodities. They've got dried milk, dried eggs, or powdered milk, powdered eggs. They've got butter, peanut butter, honey, uh, flour, rice. They have meat, canned meat, like pork, chicken, and beef. And they also have canned lunch meat. And they also have cheese. And I think they should have handed that out to pantries to give to people, which would have helped solve some of the food crisis. Um, that's stuff you would have got a long time ago. I remember when my aunt was on welfare, she got a box of commodities. You didn't get food stamps, you got a box of commodities. Um, a lot of them wouldn't come up off of the lunch meat or the cheese, but they give you the powdered eggs. And my mom said the only thing the powdered eggs were good for was to bake. Um, and I think they gave you powdered milk too. But, you know, push comes to shove, you'll drink it. Um, but, you know, they've got them stockpiled. Enough to feed all of us. And it wouldn't even take down what they have. They probably got some cheese that they've thrown away because they haven't used it. And yeah, I know that some of that stuff will. I don't know. I don't know if the armed forces takes that stuff or not. Who knows? You know, I remember standing cheese lines when my kids were little, and that's what we got. We didn't get lunch meat. We got cheese. Damn good cheese. Cheddar cheese. Oh, that stuff was so good. Uh, and every once in a while you get honey and butter. You get peanut butter. I don't particularly care for rice, but push comes to shove, we will eat it. You know, we got beans and stuff. I never liked black beans, and it seems like pantry gives a lot of black beans. Now they're giving a lot of garbanzo beans, which I don't care for either. But the black beans, I rinsed them off real good because I had made a cowboy casserole that I made up in my head, and I put get that I put uh, black beans, and I bought some Fiesta corn. My mom used to buy that Fiesta corn, and I what else I have in there? Taco hamburger like, and I topped it with well, we had you use what you have, and we had some O'Brien potatoes, so I topped it with that, and I had gotten some grated cheese from one of the pantries, and I put that on top of it. And I could only make one pan, and that stuff was gone fast. It was. They liked it, and the black beans weren't bad, so leave me more. Yeah, sniffer butt now. Reuben just gets on my nerves. Lucy's Bree was in heat first, and then my sister or my daughter Susan. It was Bree's her dog. She come down and got her, and she took it up where she lives. And then Lucy went into heat, and Reuben thinks that he just drives us nuts, whining and crying. He thinks he can do stuff with us. But anyway, so I just sprayed him with some freshening spray for dogs. I thought that might cover up it, cover the scent, cover the scent. But anyway, well, I'm gonna let you go. I hope everybody's having a great time. Go out in your yard and set, or work in your flower beds. Nobody says you can't take a ride and look at the sights or stuff like that. Um, get out and start feeling human again. Um, if you haven't caught it yet, I doubt you're going to catch it. Be careful wearing masks, please. And have a wonderful day. And I'll be back again. Bye.